Hey there, I'm Jared Linder with the Diabetes Revolution. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to take a moment to introduce myself and why you should listen to what I have to say. I'm a registered nurse with over 2 decades of experience in healthcare. Throughout my career, I've seen firsthand the devastating effects of diabetes and other chronic diseases on countless patients. This experience has ignited a passion in me, a mission to defeat diabetes. As a healthcare professional, I've realized that much of what I've been taught about nutrition and disease prevention is incomplete, in some cases misguided. That's why I've dedicated myself to researching, learning, and sharing the most cutting edge information on nutrition and health. I'm here to bridge the gap between the latest scientific research and practical, actionable advice that you can use to transform your health. My goal is to empower you with knowledge and strategies to prevent, manage, or even reverse diabetes and other chronic diseases. So, with your permission, today I'd like to dive into a game changing book that aligns perfectly with this mission. It's called Metabolical by Dr. Robert Lustig, and it's packed with information that could revolutionize the way you think about food and health. So if you're tired of conflicting nutrition advice, frustrated with diets that don't work, worried about chronic diseases like diabetes, then you're in the right place. Let's get started on today's topic. So if you're tired of conflicting nutritional advice, frustrated with diets that don't work, worried about chronic diseases like diabetes, stick around because in this video, we're going to cover the hidden dangers in your kitchen, why your doctor might not have all the answers, and the simple solution to protect your health. What if I told you that the food you're eating every day could be slowly poisoning you? That's the shocking premise of Dr. Lustig's book, Metabolical. Dr. Lustig, a pediatric endocrinologist and nutritional biochemistry expert from MIT, argues that much of our processed food isn't really food at all. It's a form of slow-acting poison. So imagine this. You sit down at your kitchen table for dinner, you turn on the TV, and unknowingly you consume a plate full of poison. It looks like food. It tastes like food, maybe even better than food, but something's been done to it that could kill you over time. Dr. Lustig compares this food to a cigarette, a slow poison that won't kill you immediately, but over thousands of times it might. He likens it to a pusher in the schoolyard offering your first hit for free. The bigger and more chronic the dose, the quicker it will harm you. Now you might be thinking, but our food is tested and regulated, right? Well, that's the scary part. This consumable poison is sold in grocery stores nationwide. It's heavily promoted and looks like everything else in the store. So how can you protect yourself? Well, here's the kicker. It's not just what's in the food that's the problem. It's what's been done to the food. And all this crucial information isn't on any nutrition label. But Dr. Lustig boils down health to just 6 words. Protect the liver and feed the gut. He argues that all diseases stem from these 2 factors. Foods that do both are healthy. Foods that do neither are poison. And those that do one or the other are bad, just less bad. So why isn't all this information readily available? Why aren't our doctors telling us this? Well, here's the uncomfortable truth. According to Dr. Lustig, he argues that health professionals, including doctors and dietitians, haven't been taught how to keep us healthy. They've been trained to treat symptoms, not address root causes. The medical establishment, he claims, doesn't want you to know that their drugs can't and don't treat chronic disease. They only treat the symptoms. Dr. Lustig identifies 8 subcellular pathologies that underlie all chronic diseases. The key point? Every one of them are nutrient sensing. None of them are druggable. All of them are solvable with real food. So what's the solution? Dr. Lustig argues that real food is the answer. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's not about calories in and calories out. That's a myth. It's not all about plant-based or all meat. Both vegan and keto diets can work if they're based on real, unprocessed foods. The real enemy, according to Dr. Lustig, is processed food. Food processing either adds stuff that harms the liver or removes stuff that feeds the gut. So ultra-processed foods like Cheetos interfere with both of these things. Now you might be wondering about minimally processed foods like white rice or fruit juice. Well, Dr. Lustig says that these interfere with either the liver protection or the feeding of the gut, making them less than ideal, just not quite as harmful as ultra-processed foods. So it's crucial to understand that this isn't just about obesity or diabetes. Dr. Lustig links ultra-processed foods to a wide range of chronic diseases, including addiction, depression, obstructive sleep apnea, and autoimmune diseases. But here's the good news. By understanding this information and making informed choices about our food, we can take control of our own health. We can protect our liver. We can feed our gut, and we can potentially prevent or reverse chronic disease. You know, in Dr. Lustig's book, Metabolical, he goes into depth on all of these topics, providing over 1,000 scientific references to back up every one of his claims. He connects the dots from food biochemistry to disease to medicine to demographics to the economy to agriculture to climate and back to food again. Well, that's a lot of information. So what can you do with all this information? Number one, start by being aware of the processed foods in your diet. Number two, focus on eating real, whole foods that protect your liver and feed your gut. 3, don't rely solely on nutrition labels. Remember, they don't tell you what's been done to the food. Number 4, be skeptical of the food industry claims and their marketing. And number 5, educate yourself further on these topics. So, we've just briefly went over the introduction to the book Metabolical. The video is coming up. We're going to go through each chapter line by line and talk about the things that are in there. So this is just the beginning of our journey and to understanding the profound impact that food choices have on our health. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into these strategies and learn to identify and avoid ultra-processed foods and how to incorporate more real health-promoting foods into our diet. So if you found this information valuable, please hit that like button and share this video with someone you care about. Together, we can start a revolution. And hey, if you want to stay updated on the latest information about food, health, and preventing chronic diseases like diabetes, make sure and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Remember, your health is in your hands. By making informed choices about what you eat, you have the power to protect your liver, feed your gut, and potentially transform your health. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue our journey towards better health and a diabetes-free future.